up, people on the interwebs? Hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to today's video. So today we're talking about the mascots of Japan. It is the great mascot race of Japan, I like to call it. So this is such an interesting concept of Japan, which I love, and very interesting. So if you don't know, in Japan, every town, city, every place in Japan, you name it, they will probably have a little mascot they have created. I have one here. This is a good example. So I live in Ehime, and this is Mikan. He is the mascot for the Ehime prefecture. He is a little orange dog, because if you don't know, Ehime is known for oranges. A good chunk of their industry is selling oranges. So Mikan is their mascot. Now, this one is the prefecture mascot, but every town will have its own little individual mascot. So there are so many mascots. I think in Japan alone, I think there is over 4,000 mascots, which is an insane amount. I'm pretty sure in Ehime, I want to say it's I think it's about 80 to 400 mascots. I think maybe 400 is a bit too much on the high side. I think there's definitely at least 80 mascots for sure. But yeah, it's just wild. There's so many different mascots. And what Japan likes to do best is they like to make a little beauty competition. They have a vote for your best mascot of the year competition. Now, this competition is really interesting. There is drama, there is tea, there is gossip. We're going to kind of talk about the whole mascot competition of itself, because it is very interesting. And what's really interesting with these mascots is they bring a lot of money to their local community. So you may have heard of Kumamon. So he is this black bear that is the mascot for Kumamoto prefecture in Japan. Now, it is said that to bring in around 150 billion yen to its prefecture every year. So it does show that these mascots do make a lot of money for their prefecture. And it also kind of makes sense, because if you go traveling to each of these prefectures, they sell all their mascots as merchandise. You can get plushies, you can get key rings, you can get stickers. And I think that's just kind of an element of how Japan is, because every prefecture is different. It has its own little vibe and its culture. And what best way to bring the culture back than to bring a little mascot of the culture with you from your holidays. But yeah, today we're going to talk about the competition. I could go more into the mascots in general, but this video is for the competition alone. So, the competition, it started back in 2010. It was called Yuru-kyara Grand Prix. So, all of the prefectures' mascots in Japan. So there's a big website, you put in your vote, or I think maybe at the time it might have been a letter ballot. But anyway, regardless, in Japan 2010, you go look around, you go, oh, which mascot do I like the best in Japan? And then you put in your votes, and then there's a competition of a drum roll every year of da la la la. This is the mascot of the year. This mascot was voted best mascot of Japan. Now, for the first one in 2010, the winner was actually I'm hoping I'm not going to butcher it, is Hikonyan, which is in Shigai Prefecture for Hikone City. And for him, he looks like, I'm going to put a picture, you're going to see it before me reading it, but I think, is he a cat or a seal? He's this little white monster. I want to say maybe he's a cat. He looks like he's a little white cat with a helmet on. So he's very cute. So he won the mascot of the year for the first time in 2010. And then it continued every year that it would kind of get votes in. But what's interesting for the first year, from the website I'm using, I'm going to put a link down below for the website if you want to kind of look more into it, because it's very interesting. So Hikonyan, he got 356 votes, and second place was 85 votes. But it also shows, it can be any kind of mascot, because second place was Ginya, and it is said that one was the mascot for a local high school. So really interesting, because it really shows, there's a mascot for everything in Japan. In the next year, for 2011, we had the GOAT, the king himself. We had Kumamon. He won it for the second year. Hasn't got the number of votes. What's really interesting for the second year, for second place, Barry-san won. If you don't know who Barry-san is, he is a Ahime mascot. He is the mascot for Imabari, and Imabari is known for onsens and taos. So that one came second. And then in the third year, we then actually had Barry-san. Barry-san won it. So Ahime Ken, let's go. They won it for the third year. Old Imabari's mascot won it. Now, he's a little duck. He's actually quite a cute mascot who won it. And then this kind of continued over the years, you know. It went up to 2020 for this competition. You know, what was really cool, unfortunately, old Mikan here, he never won it, but he did come second, so he was pretty close. But he never won it. But you may think, so this competition went for about 10 years, started in 2010, and then it stopped in 2020. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh, it stopped in 2020. That's a bit interesting. Why did it stop? Maybe some of you are thinking it was COVID. And I think COVID was to do a little bit, but what actually turned out was there's a little bit of cheating going on. Not like people were kind of stocking the votes, but sort of at the same time they were stocking it, because what they sort of noticed was if a mascot won this competition, the next year a lot of people would come to the town, spend a lot of money. So a lot of local governments kind of realised, hold on, if we can kind of get our mascot to win, a lot of people will come to our town. So a lot of the local city halls, they were telling all of their local communities, go vote for your mascot for this competition, you know, go vote, vote for him, vote for him, vote for him. So it was kind of slightly rigging the data and results, because towns were pushing their local citizens to go vote on this competition in the hopes that they would win. And then next year, a lot of people would flock to their town. And the people who made this competition didn't really like this, because the whole concept of this competition is just general thought and opinions. So what they found is from the mascots who tend to be second or third the year before, they would tend to win it the next year. Or in the top 10 in general, the same mascots would appear. And the people who made this competition didn't really like this whole element of there's too many of the similar mascots appearing again on the website. What's really interesting is Mikan appears quite a couple of times every year. So don't get me wrong, this mascot is super cute, so I also wouldn't be surprised that people are voting for him on his cuteness. But it also wouldn't surprise me for city halls to go tell everyone, vote, vote, vote for the mascot, because there was known evidence that every year it brought people to their prefecture and spent a lot of money. So it was a good way to do tourism. So yeah, because of a little bit of morally corruptness going on in the competition, the people who made this competition decided to go, no, we're stopping this. I don't want to do this anymore. They kind of wanted different mascots to show up every year and just show the kind of whole fun loving community of Japan, of finding new interesting mascots to kind of vote on. So they kind of just felt the whole moral of the competition was getting ruined and corrupted. So they decided to go, no, we're going to put a stop to this. And they also kind of felt that the competition had ran its course, because the main point of this competition was to kind of boost morale, spirits, you know, kind of help the local communities for one another. I think in its final year, the mascot that won it in 2010 was a town that got really affected badly with an earthquake, I believe, or some natural disaster. Something happened to the town, so the local one that won it, I think I'm gonna have to find it again quickly, but the mascot was kind of themed on like wish and hope. So it was kind of like a good element of let's hope, let's wish for a better future to come. So I think that was like a good symbol of like it's time for the competition to end. So overall the competition ended, and it just kind of felt like they ran its course overall, which is really sad because I personally think this competition is a fun idea. And if it's just a few areas just being a bit morally corrupt, I kind of just think if a mascot makes it into the top 10 and you don't want them to appear for the next year coming, I kind of just think you just ban those mascots for that year. You know, you go, you made it in the top 10 last year, you can't enter this year because we want to give other areas and communities a chance to promote their local towns or show other mascots in Japan that also deserve some love. So I kind of think there was a simple fix around this because I think this concept is a fun idea to have a bit of vote for your favourite mascot of the year competition, because Japan has so many mascots that they should definitely show the kind of fun, the love, the creativity that goes into these designs. So I feel like it's very sad that they ended it because I think it's a fun idea. But yeah, they ended it very sad. But don't be sad, people. There is some good news. In 2023, they brought the competition. It's back, baby! So it seems like many people were like me. They were very sad this competition ended. And apparently there was a wave of sadness through Japan. And because people missed it, they brought it back. It came back. Look, sometimes the community can work out. People missed this competition. They enjoyed it. They thought it was fun. So it came back. It's under a new name now. Used to be called Yuru-kyara Grand Prix. It is now called the Yuriverse. So 23, it came back, baby. People missed it. So far, it's been going on for 3 years now. So the winner one was Kagagawa in 2023. It is this mascot. Their mascot is this little man who his brain is filled with udon and he is eating himself. So that won it in 2023. And then in 2024, we had Chikuan, and he is a Kumamoto mascot of that prefecture. But it really shows how much people love this competition for how much the votes have gone up. So when it actually started in 2010, the biggest vote was 380 votes. And in 2023, there was 46,570 votes. So really shows how many people love this competition. You know, it's grown a lot over the years. And then the current one for 2025, the winner was okay, we had Tokyo for Oki Konosuke, which is, ooh, what does he look like? I've probably put a picture to show it, but this one's kind of still in the process of going. I'm pretty sure it will soon start again for 2026. Okay, actually, 2025 is actually quite a nice winner. It's this little fox. It's like a kitsune. So very cool one for Japan to win. And I think actually for Japan, I think it's the first time a fox has ever won it. So very good. But this competition is just fun in general. And I'm pretty sure for 2026, the voting should start again. I'm going to put some links down below. I'm pretty sure from the website, it told me, I think voting begins... Okay, so if this is right, I'm hoping it's right. So apparently the entries for which mascots to get kind of voted in for the ones to vote is between June 2nd and July 6th. And then online voting begins August 1st to September 27th. And then you've got to about September 28th for the kind of final votes. Apparently there's like an in-person vote on those 2 days. And then an award ceremony on September 28th. So September 28th seems to be the results day, but August 1st to September 27th is the voting time, I believe. So I'm pretty sure for online voting, I'm going to see if I can find the website. So if you're watching this video around August, September time, go have a vote. Go see which mascots are up for a vote and vote for your favourite mascot of Japan. But yeah, I just think this is a fun competition in general. I think some of the mascot designs are really fun, really crazy. But there you guys have it. That's just a quick story I wanted to share of Japan's mascot competition race on voting for which mascots you like the best in Japan. Do you think this is an interesting concept? Do you think your country should have mascots? Personally, I think England should have some mascots because I think for the money wise and the market scheme of making little plushies for your town is a great idea, and I also think it just builds a good kind of team community of your area. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Also let me know if you think your town should have a mascot. What would your mascot be? What kind of design or concept do you think it would be? I spent a lot of time in Somerset, which is the countryside of the UK, and one of their symbols is of a dragon. So I'm pretty sure for Somerset it would probably be either like a dragon or maybe like an apple. So I think it would maybe be like an apple dragon. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions down below. You know, I'd love to hear it. And that's today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, let me know in the comments down below. If there's anything you want to see about me, life in general, off Japan, off myself, just let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!